Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tales of Vesperia with Chaos Counseling. Okay, yeah, I can hear the music just fine. Sorry, the music was in kind of a little bit of a dip, so it was really quiet. So, for a second I like, crap, did it malfunction again? Anyway, anyone who was here last time, well, just to recap, for anyone who wasn't here last time, we found the Aqua Blastia and recovered it. Estelle was supposed to head back to the capital, but Dawngrest was attacked by a strange vulture creature that Judith says is named Pharaoh. So we are now in the end. Estelle decided to run off with the group. Yuri, Carol, and Judith have officially started their own guild. And unfortunately, we're past the point in the game where I have nothing but positives to say. Because again, despite me bitching a little bit about Yuri, I acknowledge that a lot of it had to do more with my bias against his character. Because the opening of the game was really strong. I can't claim that going forward, so let's just keep going.
Now that we have a goal and a destination, I'm so excited about continuing our journey.
This is a lot bigger than when we were just escaping the capital and chasing after Flynn. We're out to find a mysterious talking monster.
And to get over to Desier, we'll need to cross the sea again. I think the sands of Kagor will be a hot and harsh environment too. Still, I can't help but be excited that I get to continue my journey. New landscapes we've never seen are waiting for us just past the horizon.
Well, just don't forget what we're out here for.
I know.
And the weather is pissy. Okay.
It seems like the area has returned to normal.
Yeah, doesn't look like it's gone berserk since then.
Hey, it's those guys we met at Nor Harbor.
Miss Estelle!
What are they doing here?
How have you been?
Who is this?
We helped these people out at Nor Harbor.
We can't thank you enough for all you've done for us.
Yeah, but Nor Harbor's on the other side of the ocean, so again, what are
Where's
you
your
doing
father?
here?
I haven't seen Teagle, my husband, for the past 3 days.
Sounds like that rumor might be true.
Don't you have any hunches?
Yes. The night before he disappeared, he talked again about working to become a noble.
Become a noble? What do you mean?
When this city is finally completed, we will be able to live here as members of the nobility.
Huh? That doesn't sound quite right.
What do you mean?
The rank of nobility is reserved for those whose service has earned the Emperor's confidence.
Huh.
But Sir Cumore gave his word
Oh,
to us.
jeez.
He
Of
said
course
we
it's
would be
Cumore.
welcomed as nobles.
Cumore. From the Imperial Knights?
Yes, he is acting as the current magistrate of the city.
I'll bet he is.
That is strange, though. I mean, the Imperial throne is empty and all.
But then why on earth have we been working this hard? And what about Teagle?
Is father not coming back? Hey, Yuri.
You're gonna ask me why we don't take this on as a guild, right?
I promise to take care of her fee when I pay my own.
Well, okay, that's fine.
What? But
So this means our next job is finding a missing person.
Then if Cumore is up to his usual stunts, we'll just have to slap him around till he stops.
Right. The Knights do exist for the protection of the people, after all.
Let's just make sure we're careful. The Knights could squash a little guild like us if we get on their bad side.
I mean, you're not
As you wish.
wrong, but
We'll find your father.
then
I
again, we don't have
promise.
Flynn on our...
Just wait right here.
Okay, part of the problem is since we don't have Flynn with us at the moment, or at least not tailing us at the moment,
Well,
it's going to be hard to arrest
take the job.
Cumore.
thank
I mean,
you.
sure, we're
Thank
ghost
you so
slipped, but
much.
anyway.
All right, let's go find him.
There's something very suspicious about that area over there.
Yeah, even more so because it's marked off limits.
I wonder if there's some way we could get in.
Careful, guys! Remember? Careful!
I'd like to pass if I could.
Sorry, no can do, buddy. The laborers' camp ahead is too dangerous.
Thank goodness. Knowing you, Yuri, I thought for sure you'd try to force your way through.
Well, proceed with caution and all that. Boss's orders, you know.
But how should we get by the guard?
I really think forcing our way through would be the simplest and most effective way in.
No, I won't allow it. All we need to do is draw the guard away from his post.
But how will we do that?
Maybe by, you know, seducing him with feminine wiles.
Oh, Carol.
Well then. Carol should be good for the job.
Sorry, all three of... Well, okay, Estelle and Carol's are funny, but... I don't remember Judith's. Judith does
What are you
legit
talking
seduce
about?
him.
Why me?
That sounds good to me.
Ah, so you're in on the joke too, Judith?
No, I'm not really one for jokes.
Huh?
Okay, let's go.
You gotta believe in yourself, Carol. When a lady struts her stuff, she does it with pizzazz.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Hey, there's still time, you guys. How about someone else seduce the guard?
When a man makes up his mind, he's got to see it through to the
I'm
end.
kind of sad there's not
And
an
this is a
option for
guild job
Yuri
as
to do
well.
it.
Don't forget, all for the guild.
Oh, that is so twisting the guild's laws.
Carol, you'll be fine. You'll be the cutest little thing that knight has ever seen.
Being the cutest anything has never been one of my life goals.
Oh, poor boy. Sorry, just want to quickly look around real quick. Because for some reason I thought Rita rejoined the party by now. So I do know, I don't, because I've never done Estelle. I've seen my siblings do it, but regardless of who you pick, they all put on a different costume, which you don't unlock right now. You can get it later in the game. But I don't remember definitively if Estelle had one or not. Wait, how do we... Do I have to switch to Carol? Okay, what do we need to do? Wait, so what? How do I trigger the cutscene then? Because there's supposed to be... Huh. I don't think this is a case of me breaking the game, but... I don't know. You never know. Okay. Interesting. So we're not actually stuck in the city itself. Huh. Yeah, I'm a little Because I just kind of remember it just going straight into the cutscene. Crap. I hate doing this so soon, but I need to be right back. I'm gonna... Again, I am so sorry about having to pause less than an hour into the stream, but I did take the time to look up what I'm supposed to do. Apparently, there is someone we're supposed to talk to in the inn. I think it might be the shopkeeper, but let's find out. Okay, here we go.
Do you have a dress for a girl that will make her look extremely cute?
Extremely cute? Like something for a date?
Yeah, right. So?
Let's see. You're a boy, am I right?
Hey, don't you dare, assume someone's gender.
Well, I don't look like a girl, do I?
Well, wait. Why are you getting mad at me? Anyway, I don't carry any clothing for young girls.
He says he doesn't have anything. Too bad.
Hold on.
Huh?
If you brought me a soft tail, basilisk scale, and a small bird feather, I could make you something nice. You should be able to get all of the items from the monsters on the outskirts of the city.
All right, let's go.
Do we really have to do all this? It seems like so much trouble.
Captain Carol, you wouldn't have us abandon your plan, would you?
No. I mean, of course not, but... if only Rita were here right now.
She'd probably just smack you upside the head. Hold on, do I actually have...
Oh, you've brought the items.
Okay, I thought I might have already gathered the items just by
Wait
playing.
here while I make you something nice.
All is ready. Let's go.
Hey, are you seriously going out in that outfit?
You kind of forced him into this one, Yuri.
Huh? Something wrong with this?
Well, I could see everything. Never mind that.
It's very cute, and I have a feeling that this is gonna work.
Poor Carol. I know I'm the one who made this choice, but it's really damn funny.
Excuse me,
Get closer to him.
but this is so...
Be brave, Carol.
Excuse me, Mr. Knight.
Huh? You talking to me?
Yes. Could you come over here? I can't find my doggy.
No, I can't leave my post unattended.
But...
I'm sorry. Please don't cry like that. Oh, all right. I can make some time for your sake.
Oh, I'm so happy. Now please come closer.
Why'd you have to phrase it that way?
And as I predicted, came to blows in the end anyway.
Well, yeah.
We couldn't
but
really ask you to go all the way with it.
What are you talking about?
wait, what?
Never mind.
Wait. What? I did not remember that part of this skit.
Change your
What the
clothes
fuck?
and go leave that costume at the shop.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm a little uncomfortable about making that
All
choice
right,
because I remember it just being
on to the next
funny.
step.
I do. Ew. Ew. That is just no.
Huh? What?
It should be easier to go in if you dress like a knight.
Who? Me?
Carol would work just as well.
What? Again?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Fuck it, I'm forcing Yuri to do
I
this.
guess I'll have to do it. But really, a knight of all things?
Yeah, I'm sorry. After doing that to Carol, I'm not.
Well, if this helps us fool them, all the better.
Hey, quit goofing off over there.
Huh? What's the matter?
You should get back to your post before things get even more out of hand.
What do you mean, out of hand?
The mage we captured is running wild. Hurry up!
Roger. Okay, be right back.
Huh? Yuri?
This outfit, I'm pretty sure, is also unlockable for Yuri.
You got a lot of nerve locking me up in a dump like this. Do you have any idea who you're dealing with? Get your superior out here now!
Rita, what is she doing here?
Calm down already. I'll go call him right now.
Shut up!
Well, she hasn't changed much.
Let me go!
Settle down, it's just me.
Yuri? Are you okay? Rita?
Is there any reason that couldn't have just been a cutscene? I didn't need to actually part with everybody.
Have you calmed down? Yeah. So what are you doing in a place like this?
I thought I'd check out the Blastia here before investigating the air crane.
And you wound up biting off a little more than you could chew, just like always.
But what was it you got involved in?
They sneaked the Blastia into the labor camp at night. I mean, that's already pretty shady.
Don't tell me you were sneaking around investigating it when you got caught.
Of course not. I was very stealthy about it.
And then you got caught.
Well, I couldn't just sit around while they were trying to do something weird with the Blastia. The people here have been threatened by the Knights and are being made to work.
I bet Teagle's in there too.
We cannot allow this to go on.
And what about this Blastia you saw?
It was a Hoplone Blastia. It looks like they're gathering them up for a war.
They wouldn't. You don't think they're planning on attacking Dawngrest again?
But why? After they've just set up the friendship agreement.
Yeah, but getting people to think that all is well is the best way to lull them into a false sense of security.
It's gotta be Cumore. There's no way he intends to keep any promises he made to the guilds.
Do you know him, Yuri?
You met him once, at Caer Bakram.
Oh, you mean the guy with the creepy voice?
Yep.
I don't mind discussing things here, but aren't we forgetting something?
That's right! We've got to rescue Teagle and the others!
Then we'll put an end to that forced labor, get rid of all the Blastia they're gathering, and,
You can't just get rid of Blastia. They need to be recovered and taken care of.
then we'll have the mages and Ospio come pick them up.
Wait! We're being careful, right?
But,
One thing at a time.
right.
Okay, then let's get back to our original plan and head down.
Okay.
Cool. Rita is back. Why do I keep doing that?
You know, in knight's armor, you really do look like a knight, Yuri. You're quite handsome.
You're getting a compliment, you know. It wouldn't hurt to smile.
I'm not really crazy about this getup. I've got
But
bad
you're not
memories
wearing
of
the night
Flynn
outfit
laughing his
anymore.
head off about how silly I looked in this.
Well,
I mean,
I think I get how Flynn felt. It's like somebody dressed you up.
No, not at all, Yuri. It's good because it's so different from who you are.
Why is that a
It's
good
eerie to be
thing?
different, even in a normal suit of armor.
This is why I hate this uniform.
Hide!
Ah, my lord. Are you sure you shouldn't be going to the sands of Kogor now, sir?
Right, you.
I don't have to pay attention to Alexei's orders.
Sure you don't.
Using the money and weapons I have, everything will soon be within my reach.
And I hope you remember to appreciate the work Leviathan's Claw has done for you.
I know it's probably a bad accent, but I freaking love this guy's accent.
Yes, you will be taken care of, Jaeger.
Meaning he's gonna stab you in the
take
back.
those weapons I sold you and attack the Union. Boom!
I'm afraid I have my sights set on loftier things than the Union.
Ignoring the Dawn is a big no-no. He is a wonderful guy, yeah? Don't go forgetting that.
My, it almost sounds as if you respect the man.
You can respect someone even if you don't like them, Captain Codpiece.
Respect him, I do, but Leviathan's Claw always gets the job done.
Oh, such dedication. That's just what I like about you. Don't worry, though. You're looking at the future Commandant of the Imperial Knights. That fool Alexei telling me to watch the Union while he signs friendship treaties with them.
Yeah, you tell him.
If it were me, I'd crush them in the blink of an eye with your lovely weapons. The Union can't possibly hope to stop me.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy with the weird hair looked over here and laughed.
He definitely spotted us, all right.
So he thinks we're funny, does he?
Man, it's always the same thing with these idiots. So now we know there's a bunch of people being kept down there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go free them from the idiots.
All right. If we find anyone being forced to work, let's tell them to run.
Yep.
What's with you? First you're panicked, now you're laughing.
You're pretty moody yourself, Rita.
You're not really one to talk, Carol.
Just shut up. I'm so glad we found you here. I mean, I gave up going back to the capital, so even if you had visited me, I wouldn't have been there.
Oh, how sweet, Rita. You were gonna go visit Estelle.
I wouldn't go to the capital just to visit someone. I mean, I have
Bullshit.
to report my findings on the air clinic.
I mean,
I just
you're not
thought I'd
wrong.
say hi or something.
I don't know. That sounds like an excuse for a visit with Estelle to me.
Rita,
stay
I
out of
ship
this.
you and Estelle.
Come
Just
on.
go with
We're
it.
all
You two have
together
such
again.
great
Let's just be
chemistry.
happy about that.
Again, you've got better chemistry with Estelle than Estelle has with Flynn or Yuri. Just let the ship happen, please. That would already make this game not my least favorite game of all time if that could happen.
Let's work together.
Ooh, I like the detail of the background of this fight. I know it's just the city, but still. Again, the other real sad thing about this game is that, especially this plot point right now, people being forced to just work with, you know, no time off, especially here in America, it's a lot more relevant now than it ever has been, and it annoys me how much I don't like this game. Right, I'm switching Carol out for Judith, just because Carol uses way too much TP. Okay, actually, can I... Not what I meant.
We're done.
He's got a point. Why is there a little girl down here? Again, this game is so relevant now. But, fuck, just everything. Your grandson? Holy shit.
Sorry if I hurt you.
Yeah.
I'm just getting started.
You're not... It's painful how relevant this is. Keep doing that.
Look who's here.
And a group of those red eyes.
Looks like Hugh Moore has become their new client.
Hey, do you think that guy who talks all funny could be the Red Eye's boss?
It sure looks that way from here.
Get to work! No slacking off, you worms!
Look, it's Teagle!
If it's money you want, you'll have more than you can use. Now work! Work!
Wait!
Who? Yuri Lowell! What are you doing here? Princess!
You have no right to call yourself a knight. Brute force is not the way to honor the prestige of the Empire. Put down your weapons now. You will also release the people you have tricked into coming down here.
This all might be easier if such a naive little princess were to simply disappear. All of your utopian ramblings make me sick.
Well, you make me sick too, so it's even. It all balances
That's
out.
not the kind of thing someone with delusions of becoming Commandant of the Knights would say. It's you.
You'll be all right now.
Jaeger, get rid of them.
Ja, my lord. Nothing personal, you see? Just business.
Oh, it's very personal, Jaeger. Uh-oh. Don't think I have... I don't have... I need to look at my skills and manually set some of them. Oh, crap. We might be in trouble. No, what am I doing? I need... Where's the life ball? There's the life ball.
This is very dangerous.
Holy fucking hell! Barely made a dent in any of these guys' HP. Get me up so I can catch the nurse. I caught it with like seconds to spare. Got one of them. That'll help it. Oh, crap, 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 crap. What? Okay, Jesse Yeager left. Okay. Good, 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 good.
Someone protect me while I'm casting. Okay.
You have won.
How could the Empire cover for such evil?
We can't just let it go.
You should dry off first.
Shut up, Judith.
I must admit, you're very strong.
Sir Cumore, it's the Flynn Brigade.
Flynn!
Well, send him away.
We tried, but he insists on coming down to perform an inspection.
Okay, I guess, yeah, Flynn is...
That lower quarter lout, he simply has no tact.
And you're a twit.
Gosh, droite.
Yes, Jaeger. This is our time to shine!
I think we better be making the escape, yeah?
Ah! What is this?
To Lolita or schoolgirl
Please
fetish.
step this way. Move! Move! Time to get a move on!
We'll get you next time.
And your little dog, too.
If we don't follow them, they'll...
Wait! Our job is to rescue Teagle!
But I don't know whose job is what, but are we following them or not?
Everyone freeze! That's enough!
Hey, just in time.
Yuri!
Can you get up?
Yes.
Sorry, but it looks like something's come up. You'll have to head back by yourself. Say hi to the wife and kid for us.
I will. And thank you.
So we are going after them.
Yeah, I'm sure Flynn has things under control here. Sound good, Carol?
Yeah. Plus, I think Estelle's gonna take off after him any minute.
Sorry. Jeez, we're going after them, right? So let's get going.
All right.
Yuri, wait!
Gotta run, Flynn!
Lady Estellise, this journey is far too dangerous for...
But I think it popped us out somewhere we've never been to before.
I wonder why my bag works so well when I hit enemies with it.
Huh? You don't know how your own bag works?
Yeah, not really.
Surely the bag just has a high level of air conductance.
Air conductance?
It's a measure of how easily something carries air. The air produced when you use strike arts must be easily conducted through that bag.
So that's why enemies get weaker when I hit them with my bag?
Exactly. It's the same as with my belt. Different people have different items that carry air for them more easily.
Wow, interesting. Thanks, Rita.
You sure don't know much about your own possessions.
I guess I better take good care of my bag.
That's some, you know, basically the game's way of saying, yeah, this is why everyone has secondary equipment that does different things. Actually, all joking aside, I don't mind this as a mechanic. I don't mind that. I like, well, okay, my beef with these, like, secondary items is you can't purchase them anywhere. You have to synthesize them. And as this was kind of admittedly a problem on my part, the first time I played through Tales of Symphonia, I accidentally kneecapped myself a little bit by fuse or whatever it was called, synthesizing things. So I didn't have enough of well, I spent my grade on a shit ton of items in order to synthesize more, which kneecapped me when I did New Game Plus, but I ended up using too many items early on, so I didn't have access to the really good stuff later in the game. So I largely avoided synthesizing in this game, so I didn't realize, and again, this is my fault, this is not the game's fault. So I went like the entire game without ever upgrading anyone's secondary weapon.
Looks like they ended up getting away.
Where are we anyway?
A forest in central Tolbikia. If I'm right, Torum Harbor is east of here.
We should probably just get to the harbor rather than going back to Heliord.
What? But what about Cumore? Do we just let him go?
I thought the purpose of your journey was to find Pharaoh.
Well,
I wasn't aware brave Vesperia was formed to follow your random whims.
She has a point.
I'm sorry. That was never my intention.
Again, harsh, but Judith has a point. I know Estella's our client, technically speaking, but A, she hasn't actually paid the guild anything as of yet. And yeah, it really kind of does need to be one thing at a time.
She's just telling you to relax. Besides, Flynn's on the scene, right? You can be sure he'll take care of things.
Hey, Pharaoh? Brave Vesperia? Start explaining.
Just about to ask the same questions myself.
Huh? What the?
What's wrong, Miss Genius Mage? Forget me already? It's me, Raven the Great.
No, we just blocked you out of...
Who the hell do you...
I told you, Raven the Great.
Oh, okay, that was kind of funny.
Man, you're a scary little kid, you know that?
So, what are you up to?
With all the stuff you've been doing, poor Raven got sent all the way out here to keep an eye on you.
It's a shame you weren't present to overhear what Cumore was doing, because I'm sure the Don would love to hear that.
Why would they do that?
First things first, let's go find an inn at Torum Harbor. I'll tell you everything there. Raven's pretty hungry, you see.
I suppose there's no point in hanging around here. Torum Harbor is a good first step.
Torum Harbor, then. Would that be all right?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be selfish.
Okay, let's go.
And I mean, to be fair to Elise, being a princess who was sheltered, she probably was a hair used to saying things and having them done pretty quickly, so I'm not faulting her for that per se, especially since it's not like she was being bratty about it.
I'm so hungry.
I'm dying here.
Already? The girls look like they're doing fine.
Was that Estelle? Listen, her stomach's rumbling too.
I can wait, though it's been a little difficult.
That sounded like it came from Rita.
Judy, you too? Are you trying to see who can hold out the longest?
Perhaps a diet is a little bit like a competition in holding out.
A diet? What do you need a diet for? Especially you, Rita. Lose any more weight and you'll...
I'm just waiting until I finish reading this book, okay?
Well, that conversation was weird. Did it again. Oh, well, I'm getting double teamed. Hooray.
guess we'll fight.
You know, it does make a certain amount of sense. Well, one, Raven's just a drama queen. But it actually does make sense, and I'm not saying this because Yuri's an atypical edgelord, but it actually does make sense that Yuri would be the most used to going without food, given that he is from the lower quarter, and quite frankly, they do go without food for long periods, whereas everyone else, Carol being part of several guilds, would have had access to food.
It still feels good to be back.
No, I take it back. You'd think, well, then again, Judy being able to fly around on Baul, you think she'd be able to, yeah, no, they could probably, like, find prey a little easier and hunt.
Can I get you Pansy some tissues, or can we go to the inn now? I'm so hungry.
All right, all right.
Ugh, sorry about that. I think I inhaled a lot of dust at work this last week, and I've just been coughing it out.
Can I eat a gel?
No.
Does the pooch look a little scary to anyone else?
Oh, he's probably just hungry enough for his wild instincts to kick in.
The pooch isn't the only one about to go wild.
I'm no good at diets, seriously.
This isn't a diet, it's a fast. Why do we have to stop eating too?
We can't have delicious smells just wafting by. We're just as hungry as you are.
Ah, what a tyrant.
Sorry, I'm going to top up my items first. Okay, Carol's still got that equipped, though, is the thing. So I don't want to synthesize that just yet. Yuri still got the battle sword equipped. I've got 3 of those, so I am comfortable crafting 1. I don't know if I've done that one yet, though. Yeah, that kit will teach. Well, it's evade 2, but still it's evade, so we're grabbing that. There can be only one. Sorry, I don't want to... Okay, I like that thing's design. It's stupid, and that's kind of why I like it. Yeah, something... I need something for other characters. I've already got one of those. That's sitting in the wings for Judith. Wow, it's almost as if the company that makes this game also makes Soul Calibur. Hyperion. I do really like the music here in town. I really could just listen to it for a long time. How come I can't craft these? Oh wait, I need 3. Got it. Yeah, screw it. Okay, cool. It's a very long shopping spree, or synthesizing spree, but I don't care. Yes, please.
Huh. So even the Union can't sit still when it knows a princess of the Empire is out on the loose.
Then the Dawn knows that I'm a candidate for the Imperial throne, too.
Yeah, it's not exactly a secret at this point, you know?
Yep. That's why he told me to come keep an eye on you.
So you're here to observe her? That's kind of creepy.
Really?
What? Is it just me?
Well, no, but...
Anyway, here I finally catch up with you, and I wind up sticking my foot in that mess back there.
Oh, shut up,
It hasn't
Raven.
been easy for old Raven.
Shut up, Raven.
Why worry so much about Estelle?
It's only natural considering the state of things between the Empire and the Union.
Very true.
Each side is trying to feel the other out. The Dawn just wants to keep track of their movements.
So, you're all planning on looking for this pharaoh by going to the sands of Kogor.
That's our plan in a nutshell.
Yes.
Do you know what sort of place a desert is?
I heard that Anakin Skywalker hates
It's hot and dry, and they've got a lot of sand there.
That's putting it lightly. It's not as easy as all that, though.
Sure it
Our
is.
plan is to get to the area together first.
Together forever.
Then I guess
And
we'll
then?
go around and ask where Pharaoh is.
And then?
I don't even know where to begin commenting on that plan.
And then?
So it's not just that you don't want to go back to the castle anymore, right?
Well...
No, it's very much that, but...
It'd be easier on old Raven if you did, though. I'm just saying.
No, I'm sorry, but I have to know the truth behind Pharaoh's words.
Huh. Well, the Desier continent actually suits me just fine.
Cool, we can leave you in the desert and they'd never find your body.
Why is that?
I've got to go to Nordopolica for another errand I'm running for the Don. Have to deliver a letter to Elias.
Whoa, that's pretty important.
That's the boss of the Colosseum and ruler of Nordopolica, isn't it?
Technically speaking, he's called the Duce.
She.
Do you know what's written in the letter?
It's got something to do with those monsters that attacked Dongrist. In particular about that Pharaoh chap you all are following. The Don thinks Bellius will know something about that monster.
Looks like it just became worth our while to pay this Bellius a visit too.
Right.
So if you don't mind, Raven here will just tag along with you.
Well, we've got the letter now, so we don't actually need you
That's
anymore.
fine, but you'll have to follow the laws of Brave Vesperia.
Got it. It's not like I can go join in your guild, you know? You understand.
Why can't you join Brave Vesperia?
It's against the rules for anybody to be in 2 guilds at the same time. And I guess
Rules,
technically speaking,
schmools.
you are a member of Altosk.
What do you mean, technically?
So are we done? I'm gonna go get some rest then.
Okay.
You and Estelle should, go together. Please, Estelle, go with Rita.
What do you think Rita's gonna do?
What indeed?
Does this mean we're on our own until we leave tomorrow?
Pretty much.
Yeah, we'll all meet down at the harbor then.
Okay, I will admit, I do appreciate how many of these scenes we're getting this early in the game. Because these were always some of the more interesting bits in Tales games where you part with everyone and everyone just kind of sits and thinks and you can go up and just chat with them. It hurts. Replaying this game again, I know I kind of did it with Abby too, but I was still a bit more of a curmudgeon at the time. But replaying through it, on stream, and now that I'm trying to be a lot more subjective and critical, it hurts because this game is so good in the early hours. And who knows, maybe this time around my opinion will be changed when we get to the end, because I am starting to see things that are actually genuinely good about it and weren't just... And a lot of my resentment towards it was just it wasn't Tales of Symphonia, or it harkened too much to Tales of Symphonia. Just some of its elements weren't as good, in my opinion.
I don't know if I like you calling me that.
Because I will admit, I'm still not the biggest fan of how the story progresses, but kind of thinking about it now, I'm like, it only becomes more of an issue later in the game. Because, the lack of direction that I complained about, I'm not seeing it as directionless, at least, again, in the early stage of the game as I had before. It's not as strong as Symphonia, because Symphonia always gave you very clear end goals, like, you need to get to this city, or you need to get to this temple, or you blah, 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 blah. But it's not as bad and deal-breaking as I remember.
The boss is the boss. What would you have me calling you instead?
Just call me whatever you called me before. This boss thing seems a little over the top.
I mean, but you are the leader of Brave Vesperia, Carol.
It makes me feel silly to have you calling me that.
Don't you think you'll get used to it?
Well, maybe.
Well, you know way more about guilds than I do, right?
I guess. The boss of a guild has to stand as a role model for everyone else.
Trust me, Carol, out of all the characters in the game, you are definitely the best role model.
I wonder if I could be that great of a person.
Yes, you have the best character arc in the game.
Come on, it's not like you're expected to be the best boss ever from the very beginning. You can take it a little at a time. For now, our guild has a job to complete.
You're right. First, we need to take Estelle to meet Pharaoh. But do you think we'll be able to meet him?
Our guild's job is to figure out a way to meet him. If we can't meet him, we won't get our reward, and people will lose confidence in our abilities. That's all there is to it.
I think we may have picked something a little too tough for our first job.
It's more of a challenge that way, and our reward will be that much bigger, too.
Plus, we technically rescued Teagle, so we already have a successful job under our belt.
Best of it.
Yeah.
I still absolutely hate the way Yuri holds his sword, though. That, I will never, ever change my mind about that. I'm sorry. It comes across as just trying too hard to make Yuri look cool. So, I will never change my mind on that. It's stupid looking and I hate it.
I said that I will deal with things in my way of doing, but I let Cumore escape that easily. What a shame. I don't know how I could explain this to Flynn. I know. We have Guild's job to deal with rather than Cumore. Yeah, I just can't let him loose. Men of his kind will never learn, and will always repeat the same thing forever. I'll have to do something. I left the Empire and formed a guild for this kind of purpose. He will get what he deserves.
Yeah, okay, now we're starting to see my beef with Yuri's character, because again, I don't disagree. People like Rigaud and
Oh? Are you going to look for that
and
Cumore guy by any
Cumore
chance?
need to be killed, but that's part of the problem, is that they're so cartoonishly villainous. There's not a lot of nuance behind it, so that's the only reason why it's like, no, Yuri's not the bad guy. It would be way more interesting. I digress.
Just going on a walk. Where were you?
Just out for a walk like you.
What you said to Estelle earlier hasn't been gnawing at you, has it?
What I said earlier.
Didn't you say some pretty harsh things to Estelle?
Oh, right. Sorry to beat you to the punch like that.
What? You didn't beat me to the punch on anything.
You were going to tell her the same thing that I did, weren't you?
What? You figured it out? You don't have to apologize for something like that.
All right.
So weren't you going off to look for Cumore after feeling bad about hurting Estelle with what you said?
No, I wasn't. You don't believe me?
You care for other people's feelings a lot more than you let on, I think.
No, not at all.
Well, whatever.
What about you? Aren't you going out to look for him?
I told you already, I'm just going for a walk.
Yeah, again, not the biggest fan of Judith. Not that I think she's a bad character or anything, but she's just I just think she's the most underwritten of the main cast.
I'm just incorrigible. Whenever something or someone catches my eye, I forget all about everything else. I really lose sight of everything I was planning on doing beforehand.
Yep, that's about right.
I came to my senses after Judith told me. Until now, I've been dragging the rest of you around with me like there's no tomorrow.
Hey, it could be worse. If you were Empress, one word from you and the entire Empire would run off to do your bidding.
Yeah. I kind of feel like coming with you was the right choice.
Oh yeah?
I've been able to see all sorts of new things. I still don't know whether I'm going to take the Imperial throne, but there are still so many things left to learn about in this world.
And Pharaoh's one of those things?
It scares me to think about it, but I have to know who I am. I have to know what he meant by saying I was the insipid poison of this world.
It sounds like you've made up your mind.
Yuri? I might end up trying to order you guys around again. Next time I do that, yell at me, would you?
Sure. It's not the sort of personality trait that's easy to fix by yourself. Though there's another guy who's also a tough nut to crack. So I think we'll let him be the one we vent our frustration on.
Well, I'm going back to the inn. I'll see you.
I can't believe we have to travel with you.
What? You ain't happy?
No.
Well, not exactly jumping for joy.
You're too glum. Lighten up. Didn't I stand together with you in the face of evil?
That was only because you had to. I still haven't forgotten about what you did at Nor Harbor.
Nor should
I
you.
still remember that. Some people just don't know when to give up.
I'm not about to make a list of all your offenses. Saying that I'd rather not have your company on our trip is already more than enough.
Don't worry, don't worry. I'll be on my best behavior.
That is a lie, and
I
you
behaved
know
myself
it.
at Cave Mock and Gasparos, didn't I?
Yeah, that sure would be nice.
What should worry you more is whether or not these old bones will be able to keep up with you youngins for much longer.
You plan on sticking with us until Estelle goes back to the castle?
The Don ordered me to keep an eye on the girl. I ain't got much choice in the matter.
Sounds like a tough job.
I wonder if I could hand her over to the Imperial Knights somewhere.
I can see it in your eyes, old man. You're thinking bad thoughts again.
Nah, not at all.
Well, it's really too bad that you're going to be traveling with us. But might as well make the best of it.
What do you mean, really too bad? Well, whatever. Anyway, Raven the Great is going back to the inn. Later, boy.
Was it everyone? Carol, Raven, Repeat, Estelle, Judith, Rita. I'm missing... Well, that's because Rita went to bed. Might be able to find her in the inn. There.
Do you really plan on helping Estelle find that pharaoh whatever?
Yeah, I guess so.
Didn't that thing say that Estelle was an insipid poison or something?
Yeah, I heard.
After something like that, I guess you can't just tell her to forget about the whole thing.
No.
But it won't help her if she uses that as an excuse not to deal with the issue of the succession to the throne.
Yeah, I'm worried that might happen.
What are you talking about? That's what is happening.
Yeah, maybe.
But...
You're saying I should take her back to the castle?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
It was her decision. We have to let her figure out what she should really do.
You realize it might come to blows with this pharaoh guy, right? She won't get to figure out anything at all if she dies.
She's not gonna die. That's why I'm going with her.
I'd make a joke, but to be perfectly frank, this is a pretty common thing in RPGs where it's like, don't worry, she'll be fine as long as she's got friends with her, even if we're going up against, you know, Satan Jesus. Yes, I know it's a contradiction, but fuck.
Ugh, have it your way then.
So yeah, I won't make a joke at Yuri's expense for that one.
Ready to go?
No.
What should we do about Rita? That one has her own matters to attend to.
That sounds about right.
So, first to the harbor and then find a boat?
Huh? You mean...
Are you coming too?
Yeah.
Wasn't there something you had to go do?
You were going to investigate the air crenna, weren't you?
It turns out the one at Cave Mock the Commandant asked me to look into has already been researched. I hadn't really made up my mind about which route to take to research the others.
So you'll be using us to help with your investigations?
Why not?
Well, there's no guarantee I won't run into trouble like back at Heliord. Anyway, it'll be safer for me this way than going alone.
Nice to see your glowing personality hasn't changed.
This means we'll be able to travel together again. I'm so happy.
Yeah, you know, it's no big deal.
Shut up and love each other.
Anyway, we were going to the harbor, right?
To be young again, I tell you.
Shut up, Raven. No one cares.
Something you want to say?
Whoa! Down, girl!
Kick his ass. What's up? Huh, that's interesting. That's funny.
Oh, Yoder!
Oh, it's you all. We meet again.
So what's a successor to the Imperial throne doing in a place like this?
I've been working with the Dawn to officially seal our Treaty of Friendship.
Is it going well?
Well, I wish I could say it were going better.
I can imagine. That Heracles monstrosity kind of made the Union really not like the Empire.
Yes. And now, prominent members of the Empire are voicing their doubts regarding the Friendship Treaty.
The conditions that Don gave the Empire were for a treaty of equality, after all.
And they are certainly not on equal footing with something like that.
Yes. Had I known about Heracles beforehand, I could have stopped them.
You didn't know about that thing? You're in line to be Emperor.
I know, but I have no authority over the Imperial Knights.
That seems like a bit of an oversight, don't you think?
The Imperial Knights act on orders from the Emperor alone. They do not report to anyone else.
That, again, seems like an oversight.
Well then, it's easy. Just become Emperor.
You mean...
Becoming Emperor isn't as simple as that.
Why not?
To ascend to the throne, one must possess the Imperial treasure, Dane Nomos. But Dane Nomos went missing around the time of the Great War, 10 years ago.
Huh. So that's the real story why we still don't have an Emperor.
And that's why Rago wanted to get his hands on Dane Nomos.
What was that, Yuri?
Forget it, it's nothing.
Anyway, is it really okay for an Imperial candidate to be wandering the streets like this?
I was just on my way to Helior.
Huh. That is closer to Dongress than this place is. Negotiations would probably go smoother there.
I believe so too.
Master Yoder, we should be off.
If you'll please excuse me.
Other boat.
Against that many? You've got to be crazy.
Oh, hey, Kaufman.
I wouldn't do that even if I had 9 lives.
What's going on?
Halt! If you won't do the work I've paid you for, then I want my money back. Add the Indigo Beasts to the blacklisted guilds.
Yes, Madam President.
Isn't that the woman we met at Dayton Hold?
Yeah, that's her, all right.
Well, why do you guys know her?
We just met her once a while back. Is she a friend of yours?
I wouldn't say I know her. She's the president of Fortune's Market, one of the 5 master guilds.
In other words, she's one of the top dogs at the Union.
Hey, I just got an idea!
What's up, Carol?
Maybe she could get a boat for us to take across to Desier.
The 2 barrier blastia of this city and Nor Harbor were originally a single blastia.
Did you read that in one of your books back in the castle?
Yes. Actually, there were 3 pieces. The last piece sunk in the sea between the 2 cities.
I wonder if you could raise that Blastia. And if you sold it, you could live like a king forever.
The Empire would have already done it if they could. Any idiot could come up with that idea.
You don't have to be mean about it.
Yeah, I don't, but I don't really like you very much, Raven.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Yuri Lowell, you've come at just the right time.
Huh, I guess those wanted posters really do work.
Listen, I've got a job that would be just perfect for you.
Hard labor, huh?
I like a man who can cut to the chase. As you may have heard, schools of mermen often attack cargo ships at this time of year.
No, this is news to me.
But I thought there was another guild that always served as your escort.
It seems the leader of the mercenary guild I hire passed away suddenly, so they aren't available. The other Guardian guild simply has no backbone. I don't know what to do.
What was the name of that Guardian guild you mentioned?
The Blood Alliance.
Gee, I wonder what could have happened to them.
You're all as guilty as I am. Hate to disappoint you, but we're in the middle of something right now, so see you around.
Wait, Yuri, what about the boat?
Did you say boat?
We've made a guild of our own.
We're called Brave Vesperia.
That's a wonderful name. Well then, shall we talk business? Mutual gain is one of the basics of all business, you know. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Sorry, but like I said, we're in the middle of a job. We can't take on anything else right now.
We won't call it business then. Let's just say we'll cooperate as 2 guilds helping each other out. That way we won't be going against any guild principles. There are various incentives for getting along with me, you know.
Well...
All right, we can talk, but we need to go to Nordopolica. We can't afford any detours.
Fine with me. The mermen are only a problem in the waters near here. As long as I get to another port, I'm good. Once we arrive, I won't have any trouble making arrangements with another ship.
Wow, she means business. Literally.
So, do we
I
have
mean,
a
Fortune's Market is the business guild.
I have the sinking feeling we just got tricked into something.
Fortune's Market isn't known as the best group of salesmen under the sun for nothing.
This isn't so bad. Now we have a way to cross over to Desier.
I'll even throw in a bonus for all of you.
Bonus? What do you mean?
If we arrive safely in Nordopolica, I'll give you the boat we used to get there.
Really?
The boat looks pretty beat up, but it's still a good deal.
Right?
So these mermen must be pretty tough customers if you're willing to part with the boat.
I'll leave that to your imagination.
I'm also going to leave it to the fact that it's a Tales game and we need a boat mechanic. Well, it's a Tales game in this particular style and we need a boat to travel the, to get around. So it had to be worked in some way.
Marvelous. We have a contract then. Now that we've settled the details, I'd like you to get to work right away. Just let me know when you've made your preparation.
Yeah, I do miss... I still stand by that Tales of Berseria, I think, is the best Tales game. But I do miss the style of Tales game that this, Abyss, Symphonia, and Hearts were. Where there's an actual overworld. And the towns were like little blips on the map that you'd approach and then you'd enter, etc. Because like all the Tales games, starting with Grace, is forward.
She'll be your ship as soon as you've escorted her to Nordopolica.
Because yeah, every Tales game starting with Grace is going forward was more like the hallway style, like what we saw in both Graces and Berseria. So like Arise, Zelia 2, and Zestiria also follow that format as well.
And this man
It's a perfectly fine format. I've got a soft spot for this style. Mostly because, I played Final Fantasy 1 when I was really young, and this is kind of just an evolution of that style, so I got a soft spot for it.
Tokunaga. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
He's
too.
only on board for this voyage, so next time be sure to hire your own pilot. We're not in a hurry, but these are important negotiations, so I really appreciate the help.
What is the ship's cargo?
That's confidential information.
It's nothing we should be worried about, is it?
Relax. We've got it covered.
You're illegally smuggling Virtual Boys out of the country because you can't be seen owning a Virtual Boy because you'll be executed.
Head towards Nordopolica. Go directly southwest from Torum Harbor and you'll see the Desier continent. Nordopolica is at the eastern edge.
I hope you won't mind if I go over the Fiertia's controls for you. You can only disembark from the ship where you see a dock, a port, or a beach. You won't be able to get onto land where there are cliffs.
The fact that we can disembark at a beach already makes this boat better than the one in Symphonia.
Of course, the ship can't pass over rocks, but you'll also have to keep her out of the shallows around islands.
Then again, I'd say comparatively speaking, we got the flying vehicles in Symphonia pretty quickly after the boat, comparatively speaking,
You
anyway.
might be able to take her into some rivers, if they're deep enough. However, if there's a bridge spanning the river, you won't be able to take her under. We wouldn't want to clip off our mast.
What mast? The ship doesn't have a mast.
And that's about it.
Okay, but you're the pilot, so technically speaking, shouldn't you be the one doing all this? Yeah, again, the ship doesn't have a mast.
We just started out and we're already working with one of the 5 master guilds. This is good.
Yeah, you're one step closer to making your dream a reality, Carol. Aren't you happy?
You talking to the kid? He's over there mumbling about something.
Merman. The first thing had to be Merman. Brave Vesperia has some bad luck.
Snakes. Why'd it have to be
What's the
snakes?
president of Fortune's Market gonna think of us if we fail? This is bad. This is so bad.
I don't think he's very happy. He's just being careful, that's all.
That's not being careful. That's running and hiding.
Come on, Carol hasn't run and hide for a while. Now, naturally, we're going to be exploring. We're not going to be heading to the next destination right away.
It'll be nice if we don't run into the mermen, won't it?
That's pretty wishful thinking.
I agree.
Quite the pessimist for your age, girly.
I kind of still agree with Rita,
I'm
though.
just a realist.
Anyway, thanks for your help. Looks like we're gonna make it there on time.
Yeah, Leviathan's Claw was going to beat us there if we hadn't found an escort for the ship.
Leviathan's Claw, huh? That's a name I seem to be hearing a lot lately.
Oh? They're the guild that's specializing in sales of Hopeland Blastia.
Oh, that explains the situation in Heliord.
Lately, they've been trying to steal our clients from us. If we weren't able to cross the sea, they would have swiped up another one of our major customers.
Still, you can't help but wonder where those slime balls are getting their product from.
Indeed. Hopeland Blastia isn't exactly the easiest thing in the world to get one's hands on.
You don't think the Empire is behind this?
Most likely.
No, that couldn't be. It's mages that are supervising the Blastia distribution.
Ah, right on time.
Everyone, be careful!
I love...
The world's spinning. I think I'm getting seasick.
Did that monster just say something?
That voice sounds familiar.
Well, well, aren't you a chatty monster?
I love that the mermen are shark people.
There are too many.
Wipe him out in one shot.
Although they're not called mermen, they're called predafish. That's lame. I was kind of hoping they'd actually be called mermen.
Do with that?
It was kind of dumb, but kind of funny. I'll admit, Raven.
You're true to your reputation. I was right to bring you along.
What reputation? We just started out.
I tell you, Brave Vesperia doesn't have any shame in working an old man down to the bone.
No one cares,
Even while
Raven.
looking for Apatheia and doing all sorts of other things.
Apatheia? Isn't that what you were looking for back in Nor Harbor?
That's right.
That's nothing but a fairy tale. I researched it a while back, but eventually I realized that there's simply no way it can theoretically exist.
I'm well aware people think it's a fairy tale.
Why are you looking for it?
Well, because the Don told me to.
It's still alive.
This is my least favorite way that we run into Patty. Because it's just stupid. And again, I've made it very clear, I don't like Patty as a character.
Well, that was a pleasant voyage.
Because, again, she was not in the original Xbox release. Neither was Flynn as a full-time character. They added her for the definitive edition, and she adds nothing to the game. If anything, I feel she takes away from the game in a lot of ways. Because of stuff like this, she kind of draws some tension out of certain cutscenes.
Can you really call it a voyage when you're in a monster's belly?
What are you doing all the way out here? I was hunting for treasure when I fell into the ocean. But a nice monster came to play with me.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't become part of a complete breakfast.
This is all well and good, but can we get the ship back on course?
Yeah, sure. So that wasn't all of them.
That animation was so bad.
I've healed him, but he should still rest for a while.
Well, this is a real problem. I don't suppose any of you know how to pilot a ship.
Of course you can.
Patty, you can?
If you're gonna travel around the world, you'd better be able to at least pilot a ship.
Then I'd like to ask you to be in charge of piloting this vessel.
You gotta be kidding me.
Ah, of course. We've made much better time than I thought. We could even afford to make a side trip or two. I'll leave the course up to you.
That's the game's way of telling you you can do side quests.
With a ship, we can go practically anywhere we want.
Estelle, I know you want to look for Farah, but don't you think we have more important things to do for the moment?
Do you think? I'll do what I want. Don't worry about me.
Whatever, I do what I want.
We should err on the safe side, don't you think, Carol?
Yeah.
All right. And feel free to give me directions about our court.
Take us to the place with blow and hookers. Maybe there'll be something here later? Let's pick a fight. Let's see what the monsters have for us here.
Don't get sloppy.
How tough are you? Not very.
Let's go.
Can I not land here? It's a beach. I thought I could. Alright. So that's Heliod right there. Maybe they just don't want me going back there as of right now, because I'm pretty sure I can dock there. Just maybe, yeah, just maybe not right now.
The fog's gotten awfully thick.
Yeah, it's creeping me out.
Fog like this is usually a sign something bad's about to happen.
Knock it off!
Talk like that long enough and something bad will happen.
Hey, front! I mean bow!
We're going to hit them.
What is that? That's
Bigger than
an
us.
old ship. I've never seen that type before.
I think it says the Atherum.
The ghost ship.
That's weird. There's no sign of people.
It's like... it's calling to us.
Hello, this is the Atherum. We'd like to call and invite you to some crumpets and biscuits. Would you like to come aboard?
No way! Come on! Get the Fiertia going!
No can do. I don't know why, but the Ceres Blastia ain't responding at all.
What do you mean? What the hell is wrong with it?
You think this thing's the problem? Ooh, maybe it's a cursed ghost ship.
Probably.
You don't really think so, do you?
Definitely
Why
do.
don't we go take a look? It'll be fun.
I agree.
I love this sort of thing.
What?
Well, we don't know what's wrong with the Blastia. We gotta go take a look.
Are you planning on just leaving the Fiertia like this?
Yeah, we want you all to get devoured by monsters.
All right, why don't 4 of us go investigate while the rest stay here and keep watch?
That should be fine.
Okay, so repeat and I'll go.
I don't want Rapide to go. He's my least favorite unit.
And who's the third person?
I'm not going. No way.
Yuri, why don't you decide?
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's definitely Estelle. Estelle's coming.
We need to think about balance when splitting the party. Understand? This ship could also be attacked by monsters at any time.
Me? I'll do my best. You're taking me with you.
No, you stay right here.
No, I don't want to take anyone else.
I have to fix the Sarah's. If anything happens, yell loud.
Alright, fine.
I'm not so... This isn't something guilds are supposed to be doing.
You can't prove that.
All of you be careful. We'll set off a smoke signal as soon as the Ceres Blastia is fixed.
Thanks.
Do you think the others are all right?
You should probably worry a little more about how we're doing. There's no telling what might happen on a boat this sketchy.
You say that, but you sound like you're enjoying all this. Maybe that's why I don't feel all that scared myself.
Oh man, this isn't gonna be half as fun if you're not properly terrified.
Fun?
Never mind.
I'm an asshole. Actually, all joking aside, that's not something... That's not a I hate you, Yuri moment.
The sign of victory!
Yeah!
Yay!
You got pretty good.
I feel this power.
Sweet. Okay. New skill, but not quite. But definitely not done with the current weapon set. Triton. Burbs. I was expecting to be a lot more ghosts on this.
Could you be any weaker?
You know, why do all bird enemies in games have to be based off, like, birds of prey? Can't, like, the birds we're finding here be, like, I don't know, excuse me. Can't they be based off seagulls or something?
Rapide! Your tail?
Yeah, I feel...
You know, in a weird way, I actually kind of like that Rapide doesn't really get along with Estelle. I know that's a weird thing to say, but, you know, it's kind of a cliche that, oh, the pure innocent, you know, girl, what's what I'm looking for? you know, is able to have like a deep connection with animals and everyone just loves her instantly. So in a weird way, I do actually oddly appreciate the fact that Repeat is like, I have nothing to say to you, woman. I don't hate you, but I got nothing to say to you. Okay, I should probably skills. You don't need to know that one. Snake Eater or whatever. So I haven't actually played any Metal Gear Solid games, so I don't know. Other than knowing that, like, you have like a really long ladder while a song plays. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the biggest twat of them all? Mirror, mirror on the wall, what's the worst movie of them all?
I'm gonna do it!
I'm gonna wreck it. Yep. Light damage, definitely. Wrecks.
The cry of victory.
Ghosts. Lemon. Fight me. Hit me.
Sorry if I hurt you.
Okay, I love that crab creature. The fact that its bottom claws are swords is truly amazing. Can I just say, I love the monster design in the Tales series. Just, it makes me happy. I just realized something. Is there an upgraded? No, there's not. That's a shame. That is something that I do not. Blah 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 blah. I don't remember it in like any other Tales game but Symphonia, but I like the fact that Lloyd's. And I mean, Lloyd. Not everyone in Symphonia has it, but Lloyd does. Where most of the arts that he learns are just upgraded versions of arts he's already got, you know? That way, I feel like I can still use the same moveset that I get comfortable with in the early game throughout the entire game. It's just they get upgraded through it, you know? I mean, I know that besides, like, Sonic Thrust, most of them only have, like, a single upgraded form, but still... Because it's like I like having Azure Edge as my my normal normal art that's just set on, you know. But it would be really nice if I could get like a double Azure Edge, you know. I don't know, just I suppose the trade-off is I genuinely feel Azure Edge is a better art than Demon Fang, so it's not terrible. It's just it would, again, a double Azure Edge, a heavy Azure Edge, or a electric blue edge. It would be nice, you know. Actually, I'm a little surprised that when we got, you know, Flynn in the party temporarily, he did know mostly moves that Lloyd could learn. Lloyd, like, Flynn kind of feels like Zelos and Lloyd mixed, at least in terms of the arts he can learn. I'm a little surprised he doesn't learn Azure Edge too, just since you think with Yuri and Flynn being childhood friends, they may have learned the basics in a swordsmanship together, you know?
We performed marvelously.
Yeah, that's not a criticism, it's just a observation that I'm a little surprised about.
This looks easy.
This? No, this isn't. I feel this power inside.
could you be any weaker?
Don't get cocky. Power that tries soul shine. Savage weakness. The sign of victory.
Oh dear. Getting hit all at once. You know, these ghosts almost look like the net from Pokemon, which it's very possible they're both based on the same, like, ghost myth or whatever, so it's not surprising. I just...
We're done.
I don't know. I just thought it was something worth mentioning. Oh dear, a mimic. Ooh, sweet. Oh, I forgot to check these two. Good. Making. Oh, I did not see another enemy in the mirror.
Man, could you be any weaker?
Don't get cocky.
But yeah, I don't know if I ever really finished that thought. I like the fact that Rapide is, like, completely indifferent towards Estelle. Just because it does a lot to, like, circumvent the whole, oh, she's the perfect princess who's, like, the chosen one or whatever, yada, 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 yada. It's a little thing that it's, like, it's not much and doesn't really add a lot in the long run, but I like that it's one of those things that she doesn't instantly have everyone's trust, if that makes sense. It's kind of like how, because again, I really feel like another reason why I've judged this game so harshly is because it has so many elements similar to Symphonia.
That was wonderful.
And I really do feel that
More grateful, you know.
Estelle's character, even her design, is very much meant to harken back to Colette. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I truly don't. But, again, going back, it's kind of how they made Colette super clumsy and a bit gullible, you know? It's a little thing. Again, they're little things, but they do go a long way to keep them going into Mary Sue territory, you know? And I mean, and then again, given that these games are meant for a younger audience, it's not as terrible when characters like that skirt the line, if you know what I mean. Which is one of the main reasons have since kind of tried to shift my views about Rey Skywalker from Star Wars.
I think I just heard a weird noise.
Not that I like the sequel trilogy, and I feel Rey's character is so poorly handled. But
it's no good. It won't open.
It looks like we have no choice but to keep moving.
Yep, let's go.
Shoot, I should have explored more
if
there.
everyone we left behind is okay.
Shoot, I should have explored more there. But since Star Wars is meant for a younger audience, at least it's supposed to be.
I can't believe the mast would suddenly collapse like that.
I'm
A-okay, but I don't know about the gang that went off on their own.
I'd be surprised if they came out of an impact like that without a few scratches.
I think we've got to go and make sure they're okay. Is that okay?
Now hold on just a second. We'll protect the ship while you're gone.
Don't worry. I don't think mermen would show up in a place like this. At least my intuition says they wouldn't.
Hey, I ain't the guild anyway. I don't have to look after your ship if I don't wanna.
I wonder if we'll be okay with just the three of us.
That's where I come in.
Weren't you told to stay put?
Those words are powerless to put out the blazing fire that burns in an adventurer's heart.
I still don't like
So,
you.
Basically, you just want to explore the ship?
Because the ship, it reeks of treasure.
My nose is all stuffed up, so I'll take your word on it.
An adventurer's sense of smell is sharper than the teeth of a man-eating shark.
Well, then you can come along. But if we find any treasure, we're splitting it up equally.
80, 20, and we've got a deal.
Yes. I suppose we don't have a choice.
Be sure to come back. I don't want to be adrift out here forever. It does feel a bit hopeless with just the two of us.
Don't say things like that. Talk about something more fun.
Oops, sorry.
I will admit, I can appreciate having Patty here, if for no other reason than it's nice that I'm able to split the party more evenly for this segment of the game. I still really don't think she brings anything that great, though, but at least for this, I can appreciate her to an extent. Okay. What did we get? I like that. I like that. That one's alright. Okay. Huh. Well, there's the Tales of Symphonia second costume. It's just, why'd it have to be the main... I'm sorry, what is that? I am the Pirate Queen. I'm sorry, I actually like that better. We're going with that. I didn't think so, but it was worth checking. Does it not show up at all because she's in a different costume? Yep. That's a little unfortunate that having the other costume on blocks. Excuse me. All right. This is gonna be hard. We'll try that. Judith's tricky to use, but I do like...
I suppose I could try.
Alright. Okay. 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 I'm just kind of seeing what the... I like that.
Cover me, would you?
Yeah, she has kind of a similar problem that Sheena does. Again, ironic since they're... I mean, hell, in Tales of Symphonia, at least I don't know if it was the case on the Switch version, mostly due to the fact that Tales Symphonia is the only Tales game I own on the Switch, but when I got it for the PlayStation 3, the game was like, oh, we see that you have other Tales games on your hard drive, so we'll now unlock costumes for everyone from different Tales games. So it's possible if I had other Tales games on the Switch that could have been unlocked too. But Sheena, the outfit that she got was Judith's outfit. But again, they have kind of the same issue that even though you'd think they would be very fast and agile, their attacks are kind of sluggish.
I'm glad I have an excuse to explore the ghost ship. It's not every day you get a chance to have this much fun.
Birdie.
Don't hurt us now.
Like, just as another point of comparison, like Eleanor from Tales of Berseria. That's another spear-wielding character, and she's very fast. I'm using Eleanor as a comparison because if you watched our Tales of Berseria stream from several years ago, that's who I played. Well, since Abby and I we played the game together, yeah, I played Eleanor and Abby took Velvet since... Like I said, I usually just play the main character of the Tales games, because more often than not, they're the character that you'll have to play in like solo fights, so I want to just kind of get good and comfortable with them. Again, there are some exceptions, like a lot of the Tales games have this situation where it's like you split into groups, so it is good to have at least two characters that you can kind of excel at. I just don't really have that in this game. Because a lot of people, like, because Raven's another character I'd play as, but I don't know, he's a little weird to play as well. Then in Tales of Hearts, well, let me phrase that, Tales of Hearts R. Because I have not played the original Tales of Hearts because it was Japanese exclusive. No.
What was that all of a sudden?
A bit of fate.
We only just met and I'm already disliked. It's saddening.
Yeah, well, a maiden's heart is a complicated knot.
You're adorable.
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. My soul belongs to Yuri.
Stay, no.
Pity.
I don't like Yuri, but just... No, Patty, stay away from Yuri. This is weird. But in Tales of Hearts R, so there's a character, I think his name's like Chalcedonia or something like that. Every character in the Tales of Hearts R, their names are based on rock or mineral. Because like the main character's name is Core Meteor. the love interest. Her name is, I mean, in her cameo appearance in Tales of Heart, she's called Amber. I will not call her that. She is Kohaku, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember what stone that's a reference on. Her brother is named Hisui. In English, his name's changed to Jadeite. I don't like... Again, I know... But, again, I just prefer... But then there's, like, there's Beryl, Kunsight, shoot, I don't remember. Malachite, I think. But, anyway, in the original game, Calisadone is, like, a rival character who never... He doesn't join the party, even though he does help with... He does eventually become an ally. Well... In R, not only did they make him a playable character...
Why so far away from me?
I don't want Yuri to get the wrong idea.
What idea might that be?
Yuri and I are madly in love.
That's all well and
but
good, but you're outside my defensive range.
I won't fall for your tricks.
Basically, you had to fight a boss rush as Calisadone. Again, I could be getting the names mixed up because I haven't played Hearts in a while. And it didn't have the most memorable cast in the world, unfortunately, even though I liked most of them. But you had to basically had to do a boss rush as Calisadone, and he was just a character I didn't really use in my playthroughs for a number of reasons. So he was underleveled, since unfortunately Heart, well, you could get skills to circumvent this, but Tales of Hearts, if the parties weren't in active, if the characters weren't in active combat, they got less experience. And unfortunately, I hadn't unlocked. You're gonna make me, aren't you? And unfortunately, I didn't have Calisadone's ignore this. You know, get full experience even if you're not in active combat for long enough. So yeah, he was underleveled. And basically he had to do this, again, boss rush on his own, being horribly underleveled. It was fine. Tales of Hearts is Tales of Hearts R is one of the easier Tales games that I've played. But still, it's sadly a game that most people in America can't play because it was only released on the Vita. And the Vita didn't sell the greatest. They also remade Tales of Innocence as Tales of Innocence R, but that was never released in America, so that kind of bummed me out because I've heard good things about Tales of Innocence. Plus, I'm just sad when I don't get Tales games localized in English. And yes, I know emulation's a thing. I'm not the biggest fan of emulation for a number of reasons. Mostly because I've had difficulty with the controls and keeping them stable or whatever. Yeah. But I really wish they'd remake some of the old... Like, I know they did a remake of Tales of Fantasia for the Game Boy Advance, which I really need to... I do have that on emulation. It's like, I really need to give that one another go, just because I really should play through the very first Tales game, just so I can... And again, I know it's the remake, so it's not like how, like, for real how it all started or whatever. I really wish they'd remake Tales of Destiny 2. Because I've heard good things about the Tales of Destiny games, but getting an actual... Well, one, our PlayStation 2 doesn't really work anymore, so I couldn't play it there anyway, even if I wanted to. But... trust me when I say finding a copy of Tales of Destiny that isn't ridiculously expensive is not really going to happen. Plus, we didn't actually get Tales of Destiny 2 in America. Now, we did get a game called Tales of Destiny 2, but that wasn't the actual Tales of Destiny 2. I think it was Tales of Eternia that was released in America. It was just called Tales of Destiny 2. Why?
Was that a little too painful?
Are the shark guys malfunctioning?
Come on, that's enough. Quit wandering What would I be scared of? What was that?
The door closed by itself. That's bizarre. Let's go investigate.
Wait up! What if we get separated?
Poor Rita. I could have sworn that I was supposed to move forward. Whatever. We'll find out. And again, the Tales series and the Fire Emblem series, those are series that I really wish they would do more remakes. Don't get me wrong, it's very possible that... Okay, I might be in trouble. I've heard that Zelia is going to might get a remaster the same way Hearts and Symphonia and Vesperia did. And I really hope that Zelia 1 and 2 do get a remaster, because they're very good games. But they're also games I've already played, you know? I would love for a remaster, if not a full-on remake, of Tales of Destiny or Tales of Fantasia. Hell, I'd even just settle for a port. Because... Oh wait, I think I see what I'm supposed to do. Because I want to play them. I want to see why, like, Tales of Destiny in particular is such a beloved game, you know? I mean, then again, Abyss and Vesperia are beloved games, and I just don't get it. Well, okay, I get Abyss, I just don't like Abyss very much. Let me phrase it. I don't like Abyss the same way other people seem to. Yeah, you know, I'm also remembering when I first...
Oh, wow. You're okay.
Hey, you decided to come along for the ride too? And hey, why are you bringing along more people?
We didn't exactly have a choice in the matter.
I've come to see ya, Yuri.
Well, you certainly have got guts, though that's nothing new.
I've got more guts than a fish on the beach. I guarantee it.
I know. If you didn't, you wouldn't have marched into that old geezer's mansion all by yourself.
You mean Rago's pallet?
Is our ship gonna be okay?
Let's get out of here quickly.
Ghosts are behind that, I'd wager.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nope.
The ship's evil spirits are surely at the bottom of the ship, plotting to make us one of them.
Don't make up stories like that.
No way, that's...
We'll just have to look for another way out.
Right on. Let's go.
Ooh, save station. Yay. Not what I meant. Actually, let's keep Patty out just for a little bit longer, if for no other reason than just to have her keep leveling her stuff. I know, she doesn't become a permanent party member here, if I remember correctly.
Rita, are you okay?
What do you mean? Of course I'm okay. That's why I'm gonna get out of here right now.
Aw, but we worked so hard to get here. We should take our time and soak in the atmosphere.
We can't take our time here. I have the important mission of investigating the air situation. It's not like there's any other reason I'd want to leave here.
A strange face on the other side of the mirror.
No, it can't be.
I feel kind of sorry for her. Come on, let's finish what we came to do. For Rita's sake.
Yes, that might be best.
asshole.
I suppose I could try.
Sharpened rage. Through that which blocks our future.
That's what happens when I get serious.
See how much better it is when we're all together?
We're
It's times
ready
like
to
these that give you a
go.
sense for how
We'll
important
fight
cooperation
together.
really is.
Yeah, I guess. The runt said something smart for once.
Not that we've done anything all that cooperative yet.
That's all right. Just being together makes this place less frightening.
I wonder if it's really that simple.
Ah! It's a four-legged hell beast!
Oops, my bad. Must have just been the pooch's shadow.
Oh, you are so dead. I'm gonna kill you and leave you haunting this ship.
Oh, well, that was rude.
Hold still. I'll make this quick.
Hold still so I can shoot you. Seriously, you two need to be a couple. That's the first body we've seen this entire ship. You think there'd be more?
Year 232 of Asul, 13th day of Blue Air.
The Asul period and the month of Blue Air are from a time before the Empire.
So, over 1,000 years ago.
That long?
Adrift 5 and 40 days. Food and water used up. Men succumbing to thirst and starvation. I cannot give in, though. I must see the clear Ciel crystal safely to Jormungand. This crystal holds the power to banish the monsters, and with it the town may yet be saved. I have stored the clear Ciel crystal in my red chest, a gift from my dear Yuefan. It won't be much longer until I am in her arms again, and then we will all be saved. But he wasn't able to return to his town. He passed away here.
Come on, Estelle. It was more than 1,000 years ago.
So this ship's been wandering the open seas for an awful long time. Sounds lonely.
I've never heard of a town called Jormungand.
If this record is really that old, there's no guarantee the town even exists anymore.
Yeah, I guess that's true. What about that clear seal crystal?
I've never heard of it.
The power to banish monsters. Huh.
I wonder if it's something similar to a barrier.
Do you think it might be here somewhere?
Let me see if I can find it.
You mean the red chest, like he mentioned in his journal?
Let's work together.
What the? How did all of our health get slashed that bad all at once? Fuck, I didn't even see what hit us. Oh. Ooh. Okay, you know what? I feel at this point I'm comfortable taking that off. At least taking that off Yuri anyway. You know, we're probably heading towards a boss fight soon. Did it again. Let me put...
Could this be it?
He's clutching something. It must have been very important to him.
You think it's the clear CO crystal?
Well, it matches up with what was written in that diary.
Hey, old man, you go get it.
No thank you. What is it with kids today always blurting things out like that?
Still a scaredy cat at your age, old man?
How are you any different, Patty?
Aren't you a little old to be arguing with a child?
Here you go.
Okay, again, I do feel Judith's a little underdeveloped. That's damn funny.
Steel.
Do you think it might be cursed?
Hey, this thing's stuck. Huh?
I love these Revenant skeletal enemies. They're so cool.
It appears to have the opposite effect.
What are you talking about?
It's drawing the monsters to us.
Here they come!
Damn, I love the way this thing looks. Cursed Wanderer.
Captain for a ghost ship?
He doesn't seem like the other monsters.
So, it's a real-life ghost?
Who cares about that? Just beat them, that's what matters!
Drag it! Come on, Wind. Knock him around and cut him down. Drag it! Come on, Wind. Knock him around and cut him down.
It just missed it. No, he's definitely a lot easier to deal with. Oh, I have no idea what I even did to do that, but cool. Again, sadly, I kind of messed up and didn't do the challenge with Zoggy that one time, meaning that it isn't possible for me to do the achievement of doing all the secret missions in combat. Yeah, okay, he became a lot more difficult. I will say the AI for Estelle is better than the AI for Rain, because I remember in Tales of Symphonia, I had to actively tell Rain to use moves like Recover and Dispel and whatnot. But Estelle is on the ball when it comes to getting rid of status conditions. You know, I could be remembering wrong, but I really do seem to remember that Rain was not always on top of that sort of thing. Okay. What more health do you have?
Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor. Nurse! Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your
Oh, here we go. There we go. That should help a bit, I think. I'm dumb for not finding that sooner.
Then what was that?
These are the threads that'll finish that one.
Awesome. Drinks all around.
It's getting away!
Come on, it's not like we have to settle the score with that monster, do we?
Unless it's this universe's going with Sword Dancer.
Should we give it back to him?
I think that's what he wants!
I want to deliver the clear sail crystal to Jormgen for him.
You what?
Would it be possible to add that to the jobs being done by the guild?
We can't, Estelle. As a rule, tiny guilds like ours don't take on a new job until they complete the one they're working on.
Completing each job to the letter is the way new guilds have to build their reputation.
Is the guild going to be sent running here and there by another one of this girl's whims?
Hey, you don't have to talk to her like that, you know.
Yeah, but she has a point.
Rita, wait. Judith, I am sorry, but I want to help him deliver this. To the one who was waiting for him.
I don't think anyone waits for 1,000 years.
Yeah, I'd get sick of waiting after that long myself.
Shut up,
I
Patty.
don't think that's what he's talking about.
I'll find them.
Rita.
You all have your hands full looking for Pharaoh and escorting Estelle, right? I'm free to do what I like.
Well, I'll come along too, then.
I don't mind going either.
Hold it! You guys have your jobs to take care of.
You know you're gonna end up sticking with us anyway, so I don't see any problem with us helping you out a little on the side.
Thank you.
How I envy the vigor of youth.
You've got such good friends. You must be so happy, Rita.
I'm not happy at all.
Really?
Huh?
Notice something?
Looks like there's smoke outside.
That's not a smoke signal, that's a flare.
That might be Tokunaga's smoke signal. I wonder if the Ceres Blasty is working again.
No, they're just all dead.
Check it out.
Come to mention it, we won't be able to get back the way we came.
We'll just have to see if we can't find a better way out.
It looks like the case holding the clear CL crystal just won't open. I wish we could make sure it's actually in there, considering the sort of place we found it in.
Couldn't you just bust it open with your magic?
No, I can't.
Right. If we damaged the contents, we wouldn't be able to make the delivery.
No, I mean I already tried blowing it up. This little box is tougher than it looks.
I'm at a loss for words.
Forget it, Estelle. There's not much you can say to that.
Anyway, I suppose it makes sense to put something so important in an unbreakable box.
What's in the box? Oh, did I never finished getting every aerial arts? Oh shit. Yeah, we're putting the boots back on. That I think is part of the reason I was struggling a bit as Judith. That's kind of an essential thing for her to learn. So that's my bad. I'm a bit of a dingus.
Huh? Wasn't this locked earlier?
I guess we can go back through here.
The curse was broken, huh?
Don't be ridiculous! Now let's go!
Yes, ma'am.
If we could just jump down from here, we'd reach the ship in no time.
Here.
Where did you get that?
I thought something like this might happen. So I brought this from inside the ship.
I think I'm gonna gag.
All right.
Why?
Let's
It's
go
just a
back to
rope
the ship.
ladder.
Good grief.
If the Ceres Blasty has been fixed, that means we can say sayonara to this hellhole.
What was that skeleton monster? It wasn't the sort of thing we regularly encounter.
It could be a creature possessed by spirits that wanders the Atherum.
That can't possibly be it. It's too unscientific.
Yuri to interpret for us. Hey, Yuri!
Hold on. There's no need to investigate this right now, is there?
Should we have finished it off when we had the chance?
Time to escape.
The Sarah's Blastia has been fixed.
So it seems.
Whew! Thank goodness.
Of all the... Why do I always get sucked into these messes? If it was anybody other than me, you guys would have been left behind.
Sorry about that. We'll never do it again, promise.
I wonder what caused the Sarah's Blastia to break down.
It just started working again. I don't have the slightest clue why.
You really think there's a curse then?
Perhaps the captain wanted to pass the clear CL crystal on to someone and reached out to us.
No way. Dead people can't want to do anything.
Doors get stuck, the Ceres Blastia stops working. Sounds like a curse to me.
The world's a big place. There are many things we humans don't understand.
I said it can't happen, so it just can't.
Okay, Rita, you're being kind of a bitch.
So, how do you like it?
Well, the boss here's seen better days.
What's the matter?
We don't know why it broke down, but either way, it's barely holding together. If we keep using this old piece of junk Blastia, we're guaranteed a shipwreck in the middle of the sea.
Wow, so she's sensible when it comes to ships.
Rita, stop being a bitch.
What? She is?
What are you all looking at? Fine, fine. As soon as we get to port, I'm getting you a new one. You don't have a problem with that, do you? Seriously, this is a crazy deal you're getting.
Hey, are we going to Nordopolica or not? Let's get this thing out of here.
Right. I'm looking forward to finally getting there as well.
So yeah, I don't remember if there's like much of a reason to go back to the ghost ship, but it's now available to re-enter from this point forward. So just... is there a in-game map like there is in Symphonia? World map, here we go. Okay, cool. There is. There is. I do wish there was like a mini-map that would kind of show up in the... well, no, it's right there. What am I talking about? But in Tales Symphonia, there was a way to like zoom out the mini-map. I kind of wish I could do that. Sorry, I kind of feel stupid saying, oh, well, in Tales of Symphonia, there was a mini-map, and it's like, the mini-map is like right there staring me in the face. Okay, I think it's turned off my ability to dock anywhere except our intended destination. Just because, at least on Kaufman's side of things, she is on a bit of a time crunch. So that does make some... oh, those are reefs, I think. remember all these identical ruins. I can't remember what they are. That's not just records, world map. Where am I on the map? Is that the capital? Yeah, it is. At least the Imperial capital, anyway. Pretty sure that's Nordopolica over here. Well, that's the I don't know. That's the Sands of Kagor. Where is Nordopolica? There's somewhere. Just pretty sure. That's landlocked. There's another set of ruins. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Found it. Eventually. I need to find a save station, so there we go.
So there's Nordopolica.
Yep, otherwise known as the Colosseum City.
Once popular among the nobility as a place for pitting criminals against each other in brutal contest, Nordopolica is currently run by the guild Palestrale and has become a city of entertainment.
Yeah, Palestrale's just as big a guild as the Don's Altosk, and
my, how pretty.
So, a party in the streets every day, huh? This is gonna be great!
Parties, fireworks, and skewers are a match made in heaven.
Hey,
how are you
I'll
talking?
Have one of those skewers too.
Since when are you on vacation?
Oh yeah, right. A minion's work is never done.
You're the Don's messenger, so don't be rude to Bellius.
Young man, you are looking at a veritable paragon of manners and good breeding.
Traveling in a group sounds like loads of fun.
It's just a lot of noise. We've arrived safely, thanks to you all. Once I've unloaded my cargo, the Fiertia belongs to you, as promised.
Thanks. We'll take good care of her.
So, are the sands of Kogor still a long way from here?
They lie far to the west of Nordopolica.
Aren't there some big mountains on the way there?
That would make going by foot a problem. Wonder if we could get there by boat.
I don't think that's possible. Not many people go to the desert. I doubt there would be a place to moor a boat.
Are you seriously going through with this? I told you, the desert is really dangerous.
Yes, and we're the protagonist of a JRPG, so we don't...
I can't just let you go to a place like that all by your... I mean...
Heading into port, me hearties.
Shut up, Patty. I'm trying to not be mad at the voice actor, but I really find Patty's voice grating in this game. Again, I do not blame the voice actor. I blame the direction that they've decided to go with the character.
Good work. Thanks.
No, thank you.
Right, mutual back scratching and all that.
Oh, Madam President, it's an honor to have you here.
Excavating more ruins? I'm always impressed that the guild boss himself supervises the excavations.
The excavation of ruins is what I live for.
Who's that?
That's Regay, the head of Ruins Gate.
Ruins Gate? That sounds familiar.
They're the guild that's helping the Imperial mages excavate ruins.
Oh, that's why I've heard of them.
Well, I have friends who are expecting me, so if you'll excuse me...
He seems like a nice person. Hey, you were talking earlier about a guild that's selling Hoploan Blastia.
You mean Leviathan's Claw?
Do you think they might be getting their Blastia under the table from those ruin guys?
Ruins Gate is completely innocent.
How can you be so sure?
They're upstanding, serious, diligent. That's what they're known for.
Well, I'm off. Take good care of the Fiertia. I'll arrange for exchange of the Ceres Blastia and for transport of Tokunaga.
Sure.
Good luck, brave Vesperia.
Thanks! Mage is selling Blastia on the black market? That is so not good.
Rita.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
All right, I guess I'll be going now.
Going? Going where?
I've got lots of stuff to do.
You mean treasure hunting?
Hi. Thanks for all the help.
It was nothing. Thanks for piloting our ship, by the way.
By the way, if she's gone, how are we supposed to pilot the ship?
It's been real fun. Be careful out there.
You too.
Well, I got some work to do myself.
Oh yeah, your letter. It's for Bellius, right?
Yep.
Hey, why don't we all go?
Good idea. She probably knows something about Pharaoh. We'll just tag along with you and say hi to Bellius.
I don't know if that's such a good idea. Of course, I've only heard rumors, but...
What? Is something wrong?
Huh? Nah, it's nothing.
Where can we find Bellius?
The Colosseum, probably, since Bellius is the Duce of Palestrale.
Honestly, I think the reason why they didn't have Patty join full-time right here is they wanted to minimize how many cutscenes they had to add her into.
Just what sort of person is this Bellius exactly?
Well, that's just it. I've heard the name often enough. I've never met the person.
Carol, do you know?
I've only lived in Dawngrest, so I don't really know the guilds in Nordopolica.
The last thing we need is another Dawn on our hands.
You can say that again. One Dawn is plenty.
I can hardly wait to meet Bellius now.
Right, save station, save station. Save station. There's probably one inside the Coliseum. This is one of the better looking Colosseums in the Tales series, in my opinion. The one in Grace is pretty bleh. And then the one in Symphonia is fine. It's just attached to a city. I like the fact that this entire city is a Colosseum. It's unique. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be where we're going to call it for the day. Thank you all for joining me. I'm not 100% sure if the Edgelord stream will be at the same time tomorrow, or if there will be one due to... I don't want to give too many details, but due to some sleeping issues I've been having, I haven't been able to wake up regularly. That's why there wasn't a stream yesterday morning, and that's why the stream was late today. But the next Edgelord stream will be Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered, which does feature online multiplayer. So if any of you guys have that game and want to join Edgelord, you can. But yeah, I'm not sure when, but I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.